trying to take this for the US of A. But Sergio Ramos, one of the youngest players, has some of the most experience in these types of circumstances. Can he get the win for Mexico and Team Nova?
And Music Master once again goes with Mortar, but early on, Bandit and Minions are going to counter it.
Dang.
That is 7 Elixir for Music Master, 6 for Sergio Ramos, and I think he got the better end of that exchange.
Oh, interesting counter. We got the Minion Horde coming on in from Music Master. Could leave him with an opportunity to counterattack if he can send that.
Once again, though, Miner's coming down. Oh no, this Mortar's not going to hit. Zap takes it out again. Princess providing some support damage, but I think those Minions are even going to close in and maybe get some damage on the tower. No. Very scary to deal with. We'll have to see if he can bait maybe out the poison. There it goes.
There it is.
It's on the Minion Horde, though, which is not really what you're looking for. Now he can play Minion Horde, but it's out of Cyclid, so you know it's out of his hand.
Killer strike from Sergio Ramos as he has not much to fear in this final minute of the battle.
There is a very good chance that he can turn this around and take the tower.
Soaks the Bandit damage out the left side, and I agree with that. You gotta be able to take a one on the chin if you're gonna invest your elixir in defense of the right. He's going in hard, trying to tear that tower down with a good mortar lock, but the P.E.K.K.A takes short work of it. Chopping out the back as the Miner goes in to support some minions, but once again, rebuffed. Sergio Ramos just has so many spells, and the Electro Wizard on top, he doesn't have to worry very much at all about these swarm attacks from Music Master.
Over and over again, Sergio Ramos, whose Zap and his Poison are MVPs in this game, zapping the bats, poisoning the Minion Horde. Both of them are great trades that are putting him ahead. He only needs another minor poison attack or so in order to take this game, and because Music Master knows that, he's going with an aggressive attack to bait the poison out. There goes Electro Wizard trying to stop, and Electro Wizard will start the counterattack on the other side. But now both of Music Master's towers are low. Sergio Ramos is sweating, wiping the sweat from his brow because he knows he's just 274 damage away from being the next victor. He needs to poison it. He needs to zap it. Sergio Ramos, the world championship is in your grip.
Finishing kill there. Minion Horde at the right side to defend, but the poison will take it down, and that's the last chance that Music Master has to strike. No mortar for him to lock on at this point, and the minions are going to be able to stab down this Miner. I don't think that there's anything left for Sergio to do but send in the final blow, Ramham.
He's just got to cycle back. Zap lowers it. He needs a poison. He's played 1 card, 2 cards. I think just 2 more cards will bring him the poison and the victory. Sergio Ramos from Mexico is going to be your first ever Clash Royale champion.
Takes it. Sergio Ramos wins. First place in the Clash Royale Crown Championship World Finals.
You know, Rich, when I'm at home trying to get a new trophy high, my hands, my palms are sweating, I'm stressed out. I cannot imagine how these two gentlemen feel.
So here we go, 2 tombstones on the board, and Hog again from Elsia.
Now, the big question here is, does Javi14 have the answers? He does have the tombstone, which is already a much better start than earlier on.
The Ice Wiz just slowing down the Inferno Dragon enough to survive, and it's Lava Miner.
Yep, there it is.
And here we go, the Miner hoping to tank for these pups, although that NATO combination, and here you go, you're seeing Tornado actually having some value. Oh, but the E-Drag goes down, a lot of damage in the left-hand lane.
A really, really nice play there by Javi14.
Oh, the slow and stun combination of the Ice Wiz and the Electro Dragon is so nasty.
And an interesting Hog Rider there played to try to pick up that Miner, just mitigating a little bit of that damage, but obviously splitting lane pressure, or splitting lanes, splitting up your damage with Hog Rider is not ideal, but wow! Was that 4 hog hits?
That was a lot, so maybe, you know, he knew that Javi was trying to get aggressive and go hard in the paint on the left-hand side. It all comes down to this moment right here, I believe, Andrew. Can a push right now win this thing for Javi14? If not, it seems like, and there you go, NATO to the tower. It really feels like Elsia is just moments away from closing this thing out and winning the championship.
Is
for Nova Esports.
400 HP away, Rich, to be precise, and that fireball coming in is huge.
And nothing to stop the Hog Rider. It's going to get a swing on the tombstone.
That's it! Nova is the first ever CRL World Champions!
And there you have it. The fire goes up. It's a gold stage Elsia.
Head play, Surgical Goblin, obviously at 65% in his season, in his career, I should say. So this is about as close as it gets. I know that Serge just loves hearing that on the loudspeaker.
Yeah.
He just likes it.
It's the bass. It's the bass. Final 15 seconds of single elixir, and Tombstone to open up from No Misa. Probably going to the sky again.
Wow, but now Serge going graveyard opposite.
Wow, immediate graveyard opposite lane. Baby Dragon turns to the offensive tanking Baby Dragon. Quite a bit getting through, but...
Oh yeah. 1,300 damage down on the back end of that tower, and now No Misa's turn to go on offense.
Lava Double Dragon Miner against the most popular deck at the seeding tournament at the bottom of your screen here, played by Serge.
King Tower activation with the NATO, now out of cycle to deal with this, but will get support from that King Tower as well. Second Lava Hound down for no Misa in the back.
And you know what Serge is playing. This deck was played like 7 times at the seeding tournament. You have to not send your miner to the back. You gotta get it on top of that Ice Bridger. You gotta stop the defensive capability from your opponent.
Graveyard and Poison spent 9 elixir right-hand lane. Does not get the tower down, takes care of those barbarians, but now has to deal with the Lava Hound, Baby Dragon, and a beautiful kite on that Inferno.
Gonna need to pull this all together. There it is. 90 seconds separate Surgical Goblin and Team Liquid from the World Finals Championship.
Graveyard down, Poison down, Barbarians in, trying to do something.
Giving so much poison value time and time again. Surge is pouring it on. 70 seconds left.
Here we go, does he pull the trigger? Yes, he does. One more time, Graveyard on the tower. Defensive Poison this time, 293.
That's it! That's gonna do it!
Team Liquid is going to be your
They're the champions! Team Liquid has done it! Surgical Goblin takes home the title for his team!
Here we go, championship point for Ruben. Morten needing to win 2 to do the same. Morten cycling Giant Skeleton in the back, Fisherman down to work on that Knight. Cannon card in for Ruben.
Yeah, that cannon card gonna get pulled across the bridge here, though, by the Fisherman before the Giant Skeleton makes it within Princess Tower range. No, not quite. Giant Skeleton walks all the way up.
Giant Skeleton high to try to stop the support troops from coming through. Fisherman, Barb Barrel, and Hunter all right there. Lots of fireball value for Ruben.
Yeah, he gets all 3 of those units. The Heal Spirit does come in, though, here and help clean that up a bit and provide a little bit more HP to these Fishermen. But this is exactly what we were seeing in the last time this matchup happened, was a lot of difficulty getting on top of tower because of these defensive mortars. And here you go, Morten has to respond with the High Hunter.
Minute 40 remaining, sudden death overtime. Ruben does have championship point. Morten needs to win 2, has to start with 1 right here, right now. Zappy's high, lots of fireball value there for Ruben.
That's a lot of fireball value. Giant Skeleton Bomb going to go off right where he needs it. That Fisherman's going to actually go to where Morten does not want it. Now not able to pick up that mortar is the Heal Spirit or the Fisherman, so Giant Skeleton comes down.
And he's going to put a little more pressure on right here.
Yeah, that's a lot of pressure. That mortar is going to connect on the tower as well. That Giant Skeleton too close. Morten watching this slip between his fingers. Queso maybe going to pull off the greatest comeback in the history of Clash Royale, but still 959 HP standing in the way.
Second Giant Skeleton down. Morten just going crazy at the bridge. Barb Barrel there as well. Has to still play defense against the Graveyard. 36 seconds left. Giant Skeleton deep in enemy territory. Not going to get away from that cannon cart. And here you go, Royal Giant. This might be the last opportunity for Morten to keep SK Gaming alive.
Bomb not going to go off to clean up that cannon cart, so the Royal Giant staying right up high, not getting any shots in. Mortar plus cannon cart there to distract the Royal Giant. Fireball in on top of that Hunter. 251 HP. Ruben is looking like he's going to be the next World Championship.
117 HP remaining. EQ trying to make room. It's not gonna happen. Team Queso completes the reverse sweep, and they are your 2020 Clash Royale League World Champion. Here we go. Match point, championship point for Mugi.
Mohamed Light trying to stay alive and extend this to 1 more best of 3. But the Japanese great in Mugi, the MVP of 2020, has a lot to say about that.
And a bit of a slow start here. Mo opens up with an Earthquake cycle, and Mugi doesn't even respond.
You wonder if he's going to go heavy. Mo already showing that he's going light and fast, happy to cycle an Earthquake early on. A bowler. We have not seen bowlers since, I think, day 1, and I'm pretty sure this means Loon Freeze. It could mean something else, but that's mainly what we see bowler with. Mohamed Light has to spend on this Knight, and that Knight pressure is just a little bit less than he'd like. Barb Barrel out, not back around to bowler yet. Maybe NATO comes into play. There it is.
Yeah, the King Tower activation here, but as we say often, at what cost? tons of damage. This is a rough matchup for Mugi.
It's a nice setup there with the Inferno Dragon.
Spear Goblins, Archer Queen, Mortar. All three good responses to that Loon. Not to mention delivery, certainly also valuable.
Yeah, the first Loon send is in. Mohamed Light was waiting for it. Tanked at the bridge, so the Princess Tower's on top of the balloon. But that means the Lumberjack's getting tanked for.
Yeah, that Mortar not doing what he wanted, and the
There's
freeze
the
comes
freeze.
in. Oh my word!
And look at
the
Mohamed
freeze
Light.
timed
You can
perfectly.
see him freaking out.
Oh no! Tower down! Mohamed Light in trouble. 45 seconds left,
Rich,
and that might be the championship.
That's it. There is no way that he breaks through this, but he is hoping, praying for a chance. But that was just an exquisite send. That Lumberjack did so much work, and Mohamed Light can see the writing on the wall.
That Mortar, what an interesting place for the Mortar, and it gave such a clean, easy way to get that freeze in. Cannon cart down, 22 seconds left.
Mohamed Light looks despondent. Freeze is going to come in defensively. And Rich, we have our 2021 World Champion in Mugi.
Unbelievable. I guarantee you fans around the world celebrating like crazy. Posters going up on walls. Mugi is your 2021 CRL World Champion.
He's done it. $200,000, and he busts out not only the Prince Lance, but the Loon Freeze late in the tournament. We only saw it one other time, and Mugi takes Mohamed Light out with that deck.